Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have an interesting puzzle in front of us and probably a fairly difficult one. Since we're kind of getting towards Halloween here in the States, we've got some Halloween themed puzzles that are starting to come out. This is one of them. This is actually part of a set of puzzles. Well, I think there's like 5 of them, and this is the easiest of them all, supposedly by the ratings. And it's a 3 out of 5 stars. The other ones are 4 and 5 out of 5 star difficulty. So I figure we give this one a try if we can get through it. We'll try to do some of the 4s. I don't think we'll ever get to do a 5 by 5, but you never know. We could always give it a try, I guess. But anyway, this thing is called The Graveyard of Ideas by fjam. And let's just dig into the rules of what's going on here. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. In graves, i.e. cages, digits must sum to the day, month, or year of the date on the grave. Digits cannot repeat within graves. Okay, so all of these cages are graves, and I'm going to have to... It doesn't really matter, but I mean, in the US, we do days, months, and years a little bit odd compared to everybody else in the world, pretty much so. But I'll have to get used to that. But anyway, these the numbers up here are the dates that are on the graves, and one of them, of the 3 of them, either the day, month, or year, is going to be telling us what the value of the cage is. So that'll be interesting to try to figure those out. Now, it's obvious like something like this couldn't ever be the second month kind of thing, something like that. So we'll have to dig through those. But again, no repeating digits. One of these digits in the top left corner will tell us what the actual one is. We have to determine those. And then we also have to escape the graveyard by carefully plotting an orthogonally connected path between the green and red cells. So obviously these 2. The path may not cross the highest or lowest digits in a grave. Okay. So if we were to put whatever we put in here, let's say there's a 1 and a 9 in here somewhere. Let's say these were the 1s and the 9s and we had to come out this way. We would never be able to touch either one of the 1s or the 9s in our path as we came out. So we'd have to find some path around them. And of course, depending on what all these digits are, that would change how we go about that. So those are the rules. So let's give it a try. See if we can figure it out. Again, 3 out of 5 star puzzle. Links in the description below. Let's get at it. Okay, this looks daunting to start. Let's start picking through some of these cages and see if we can figure anything out that might be a given. Not you. You obviously can't be a 1. Well, you obviously can't be a 36, but this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could get to 33, so that's not a problem. I don't think you do anything. We might need to do some math actually on some of these. Is there anything... Oh, here we have one we can use. We obviously can't make these 2 digits add to 2 for the day. We could make them add to 4. We can't make them add to 38. So these are going to be 1, 3 to add to the month of 4, i.e. April. I think some of these values aren't necessarily realistic. I think when I saw a couple of them, but that's okay. Anyway, we don't need to dabble in realism here. We're just gotten some puzzles and having some fun. So what does that do? Okay, let's think about the math then maybe, because I don't see anything else necessarily that's going to tell us what's what. Yeah, because I think as far as I can tell from scanning on these cages, it looks like all of them have multiple possibilities. Okay, let's start thinking about the math. Okay, well, this obviously can't be 1. And it actually can't be 31 either, because if we put 31 in here, we already have 4. That's 35. Where do we put the other 10? We can't. So this guy actually adds to the 39 plus 4. So we're at 43. So this has to be a 2. If it's a 2 now, this has to be the 6 because it can't be the 12 anymore. Clearly, it couldn't be 53. These people died a long time ago. Must be an old grave. What else can we then say? what about you? Because we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 now taken for this row. Well, at first glance, the 11 looked like it would work, but it can't work anymore because the minimum we have is 5, 6, 7. So this is going to have to be the 24 because obviously it can't be a 48. So it is 9, 8, 7. And these will be 5 and 6. I guess that means that this guy is going to be the 7, and this will either be a 1 or a 2. Can we do some math maybe down here or here? One of these guys? There's no way you're 9. So we're dealing with a 22 or a 32. This can never be a 42. 30. I think this has to be a 7, right? Because let's say if this was a 22, what could this be? Well, it can't be 7 for the 22, because you'd be at 29 total. Obviously, that doesn't work. And you can't put the 13 either, because again, you'd be at 35. You have to put 10 here. So this, I kind of said it backwards, but this is 32. And now if it's 32, this cannot be 13 because it would be at 45, right? So this is 7. This is 32. So we're at 39. So this has to be a 6. 5 and 6. That gives us our 1. Okay. Making a little bit of progress here. Hopefully we can keep doing that. Don't think these guys are telling us anything up here just yet. Let's look down here. This one can't be 40. So the most these can be is a 10 and a 19. That's 29. Which means this can't be a 7 and it can't be a 33. So this is 24. 9, 8, 7. Now let's go back to these guys because we have 24. So these two together have to add to 21. 8 and 13 are the only way we can make it with the digits we're given. So this is 8, this is 13. Does that tell us anything? Because there's multiple ways we can make both of those. Well, we have a 1, 6 pair. I guess we can put those in here. Could be 1, what couldn't, if it's, it couldn't be 1, 7, but it could be 6, 2, but there's also, we could be 3, 5 or something like that there, so I don't know if that helps us too much. I mean, I said that dog outside stopped barking. Can you all hear that? The neighbors behind me, there's something, I'll leave it at that. Let's go into this column, because we have actually a lot of info here. We now know these add to 28 total. So what does that leave here? We can't do 17 because we'd be at 45. We could do 16 with the 1, right? 28 plus 16 is 44. That would work. Or we can have 28 plus 10. That gets us up to 38. So this could be a 7. Oh, it can't be a 7. Okay, this is the 1, which means this is the 17, and doesn't really matter anymore, I guess, because these are 2, 3, 5, and 6. And if you put those together, that adds to 16. This can't be 6, by the way, so one of these is. Sorry, I was being silent to see if that's being picked up on my mic. It doesn't look like it is. Good. Let's see what else we got here. What does this 1 tell us? Anything? Or do we need to do some more math here? Let's try that first. This obviously can't be 14. Oh, and because the 2, it can't be a 1, it can't be the 3. So this is 4. It is a 1, 3. Okay. And now if these are 4, this has to be 35 because we put a 31 here. Well, 2 doesn't work, obviously, like we said previously. We put 31, that gets us up to 35. So this is the 35. Plus 4, we're at 39. So this has to be a 6, which means this is a 6. You're not 6. One of these two is a 6. And at some point, we're going to get some information up here where maybe we can start making our path and using that to help us out. But we'll find out about that at some point here. Now, do we know anything else? Do we know what you could be? You're obviously not 9. You could be 31 and this could be 14. Or you could be 39 and this could be the 6. Yeah, there's nothing there, I don't think. Okay. What else we got? What about maybe you? Because what are these? Well, I guess we don't know too much about that, do we? I was going to say, what are these? But we still have kind of a bunch of options here. 1, 2, 3. This is a 5 cell. Can we get to 33 in 5 cells without breaking this? Yeah, we have to be able to. Because we could do 9, 8, 6, and 5. Let's say we do that. That's 28. Well, we couldn't do it with those specific numbers, but mathematically we could get there. And then if we change it up a little bit, like 9, 8, 6, well, let's think about this a little further. Maybe there is something there. Because if we put 9 and 8 in this thing, we're at 17 right now. We need another 16 in 3 digits. There's got to be a way that works, right? Without going through every single permutation of what this could be. Yeah, I don't really like that. Let's think of something else, maybe. This could still be 7 or 11. We know what you are, so you don't matter anymore. We know what you are, so that doesn't matter anymore. One of these is a 1. It's not you. There's a 4 in here, and a 2. Okay, let's go here. We've got 1, 2, 4, and 5 given. Well, that's 12. Yeah, so we have to go to 21, and we have to put a 9 in here. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 9. These are not 9, you are. And you have to be what? 3 and 6 now. Okay, that's much better. You're not a 1. Let's get rid of these guys. And go from there. Now we have some somewhat usable, i.e. this is a 6, because of the 3, 6 pair. And what are these digits? Not 3. 5, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. And one of these will be the 9. We've got 9 in here with 3 digits left. We probably can't make 33 anymore. Or can we? No, we could, because we could be a 987. What's the bare minimum here? Let's start with that. See if we can cancel out the 21. The bare minimum is a 5, 7 pair to go with our 3, 6. Well, it's going to put us at 23, which is above. No, wait, did I do that wrong? 9 plus 9 plus 12 is 21. Period. Okay, so it can't be 21. It has to be 33. And if these are 9, these have to add to 24, so it is 987. Okay. You go away. You go 987. You become the 5. Got a lot of 6s here. What are they doing for us, though? That's a good question. What are these digits, maybe? We know there's a 1 in one of those. Do we care about that? Yes, we do. Can't put a 1 in this guy, no matter what the value is. So this is the 1. Which, not you. You are the 1. you get rid of a 1. Okay. Now let's look at these guys. They will be from 2, 3, and 4. So this has to add to the 7. This is the 3, 4. This is a 2. That 3, 4, and 2 say this is 9. So you're not. And what are these 2 digits? 7 and 8. And what are you 3 digits? There's going to be a 9, so that removes that as a 9, but they are 3, 5, and 9. So go away 9 here. One of these 2 will be our 9. We have 7, 8 pairs and all that kind of good stuff going on. There's a 3 X-wing. You're not 3. You are. Don't know if that helps. Okay. We can start thinking about our path now, I think. And let's think about strategy for path. We can never, because we have to make the path not cross the highest or lowest digit in a grave. We can't ever make the path go into a 2-cell cage, because no matter what, they are the highest and lowest. So we can move out this way. Now we can't go to the 1, because that's the lowest, so we go to the 5. Now I guess we could dip down here and then cut over, or something else happens. Well, that didn't do too much for it. What about we figure out this one? We're currently at 12. So these either have to add to 12 or 13 to get to 24 or 25. We can't use a 9. Which means we can't go to 13, because we can't also use a 5 or a 6. How do you make 13? 9, 4, 8, 5, or 7, 6. That doesn't work. This adds to 24. So these have to add to, excuse me, 12. And if they add to 12 and we can't use the 9, they are either 8, 4, or 7, 5. Again, we can't use 7, 5. So this is a 4, 8 pair. Okay. What does that tell us? I don't know the answer to that one. But it's something at least. Can we start thinking about what these guys are? Don't know if we can. Or how it helps us. I mean, we've got a lot of openness here, but maybe we can dip into this. Like, these have to have 7s and 8s on them. And these can't be the 8s, so this is an 8. Okay, 7, so one of these is a 7. Can we think about math? Oh, this one can't be the 7 because one of those already is. We can't repeat in cages. Okay, so let's think about what we've got here. 2, 3, 5, and 7. We have to get to either 28 or 31. We actually can't put a 3 in it because we said one of these was a 3. I should have marked that. Anyway. So these are either a 7-2 or a 7-5. What does that do for us, if anything? Well, if it's 7-2, we're at 19. We have to at least get 11 more. And we wouldn't be able to go to the 31. We'd have to go to the 28. So you'd have to do 11 more. I guess you could just do a 9-2. 9-2 like that. Yeah, that seems like it'll work. One of these is an 8. One of these is a 9, by the way, I just noticed. Whatever that means. Okay, what do we got going here now? Let's think further. Do we have to put these in and just think? Seems like that's a little too much at this point. Let's see. Where do I look next? Is it okay? Let's think again on this. Try to figure something else here. What can you actually be? It's probably a good question to start with. 2 can't be... oh, wait. X-wing on 3s. This is the 3. This is the 7. That's much better. Much better to work with. The 1 says this is 3 and 1, and 4 and 3, and 8 and 4, and 9. Okay. Wasn't expecting that fallout, but we'll take it. What are these guys? 2 and 5? What are you 3? Because it's going to give us this digit. We have 7, 8, 9. And you have to be a 4. Okay. Now these... okay, now we really got this thing down, so maybe we can do the math here. Or we can go back to our path, because I see something we can do there as well. These are 2, 5, and 9. This is not 9. This is. So now we know what this is, because these are 17, and these are a 2, 5, 7. So that's 26, 31 it is what they added up to. Okay, let's go back to our path, because we can't now go into this 9. We have to continue through. We can't go down to the 8. It's the largest digit, so we have to continue through. We can't go down into the 7, because then we get stuck. Can't go through the 8, can't go to the 6, that's the largest digit. Can't go to the 9, that's the largest digit. We continue through. Can't go down to the 6, continue through. Can't go into the 2-cell cage, continue through. That's going to then tell us this is actually the 9, because these can't be, now that our path is on it. Then we have to drop down. That means this can't be a 2. So it's the 5, because the 2 is the lowest digit. Continue down. All right, well, that was a big old group of information right there. Now, I don't think we can say which way we go now, because we could very well go into the 6, or we could come down into this 9. Or not the 9, but the where this 9 is being shown at the moment, which would obviously not be a 9 in that case. What's the lowest digit in here is going to be a 4. I wonder if we want to start putting some of that in. Or let's actually go back to Sudoku for a second, see if something down here starts to open up. 2, 4, 5. This is 1, 3, 6. Okay. I don't think that actually did anything, but it gives us information. Okay. Let's start thinking about something. And what's that something going to be is the question. This is not a 9. If that matters to you. So one of those two is. So if we were to come down here, this would be forced to be the 9. And again, we already know what the value of this is. It doesn't matter the value of this one anymore. I was going to switch down to here. Didn't we say there was... what were the options here? Either a 14, which doesn't work anymore. Yeah, can't make 14 anymore because we can't do 9, 5, or 8s. So this can't be, this is 39, which means this has to add to 6, and it can't be 2, 4. It's a 1, 5. Okay, that gives us a 3 and a 1. And what are, well, I was going to say, what are these 3 digits? Are they worthwhile? We've got 4, 7, and 8. You're not 8. 4, 7s, 8s. One of those, okay. I don't know if that's telling us a whole lot. Okay. And I don't think we're going to be able to start backtracking our path either at this stage. So, let's see what else we can do. Let's think about our options. Let's keep going with actually telling us what these digits are, because there might be some correlation we can make to our path. What can you... let's put these options in. They are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You're not 9s. You're not 8s. You're not anything. You're not 4 or 5. Did that do anything for us? I don't think so. because we can still come down here or come down around this side. Now, if we come around this side, this is the 7. If we come down here, this is either the 6 or the 7. And if we, well, actually, if we come down here, let's think about the path for a second. If we come down here, this has to be the 9. And we've got this wall that we cannot bypass of 2-cell cages. So we'd have to come down and then back up like this. Now, if we went this way, we'd still have to kind of find some way. Do we always have to hit this line? I think we do, right? Because no matter how we're coming from this section, we can't go through here. And this is blocked off. So what's the exit point? It is here, which means this can't be a 2, by the way. Now, I don't know how to mark that, but I'm going to do that for now. And we're either coming down, up, and around, or we're doing some grouping. What does that say? Oh, we can't. Okay, if we come into this position here, we can't go up because we can't get through here, here, or here because these are all the lows and highs. Okay, that is helpful because that pushes us through this 8 cell. Okay, go away. And we have to continue going through because this here, the 1 and the 9 is like a gateway. So we have to push through. You can't be a 2 either then. Now, I guess from there it can go a bunch of places. It could go down as long as this is the 2. It could go up if this is the 5. Yeah, the stuff like that that could work. Do we have anything in this smorgasbord of information? Because let's start. Okay, let's think about how the path continues. It has to get into one of these groupings. I guess we don't know where, though, or how. Because one of these two is going to be the lowest digit. One of these two is going to be the lowest digit. I guess that creates like a barrier, but I guess we could always dip below it or go above it. Yeah, okay. I don't know if that helps us at all. All right, let's go back to what I was going to try to think if there's anything in this grouping of values that we could look at. Where does a 2 go? Yeah, I think we've removed all options of 2s except for this one. That's a 2, that's a 4. These are not 4s. That could be helpful over here. 2s, yeah. Okay, we still don't know if we come down here or go up and around or something like that. Well, actually, we can't go up and around because that's a 1. Oh, wait, the 2 is not the one that would block. It's the 1 that blocks it. My bad. So we have to come through somewhere in here. Okay. The 4. Let me get back to my thought process because one of these two is a 4. Now, if we come down this way, this is a 9. We have to come around. But now if we deviate, this becomes the 7, this becomes the 4, and this becomes a 9. We still have to come around. So we have to do something like this. That means this can't be a 2. Just make sure that's right. If we come through here, this is the 9. We have to go around. If we come through here, this is a 4-9 pair. We have to go around. Yeah, this is the 2. This is the 5, 7, 2. I guess we still have multiple ways we can go here. What did that do for us? anything else. We know that's a 3, 5. That's fine. Let's see. What else can we do? This guy was always part of it too, wasn't he? Yeah. So you have to be part of our equation here. And I think no matter what, this is just a 4 or a 9. Because like I said, if we come down here, this is just a given 9. If we come down here, this is a 4 or is a 4. So yeah, this is just a 9. Or 4-9 pair, excuse me. What does that do? The 5 has to go here then. It's the only place a 5 can go. Yeah, those are ruled out by normal Sudoku. This is ruled out by the 1-5 pair. This can't be a 5. This is a 5. Okay. We'll take it because that gives us 3, 5, 6, 3. This can't be a 6, so this is a 7, 8. So this is the 4. This is the 6. This is the 9. Okay, that clarifies, because now we can't come this way. We have to come through. Perfect. All right, you're not 8, or you're not the marker that we need anymore. What about you? This is the lowest digit, and this is the lowest digit, so we have to deviate upward. We can't go into the 8, so we have to go this way. The 9 and the 3 are the high and the low. We have to continue the process. We can't go into the 2-cell cage, so we have to come down. We can't go into the 1 or the 3, so we have to come down. Okay, let's figure that out, because that's gonna... I thought that told us what one of these... Maybe I'm just got ahead of myself. Okay. One of these two. So the path is either going to continue down here or it's going to turn and then come down. Can't say which one is which because we don't know which one is the 7 and which one is the 8. You can't be a 4, so we have a 7, 8 pair. We have a 7, 8 pair. What are these digits? 3, 2, 3, and 9. What are you guys? We have a 7, 8 left over here. But there must be a 4 and a 6. This one's not a 6. Okay. Still don't think we have enough information to try to backtrack on this path, so we'll keep on trucking if we can. Now again, we either come down this way or we come down this way. We could always come through here or come through here. I don't think we can make a determination on those. Okay. Do we have any Sudoku? We've got a ton of digits now. Kind of curious if we have anything. I don't know that we would, because we have this entire section down here kind of in a jumble. Threes, no. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. The only thing it has across is the 6, but it just has the X-wings. Let's do a quick look on the 7s, 8s, and 9s there just to make sure. That'd be a no. Okay. Let's think about something else then. I think we've done all the math we can do. And we haven't finished what these are yet, but is there any more? Let's go back to there. Okay. I was gonna say, we figured out some of these other guys. Let's go back to these rows. We got a 7, 8 pair. I didn't even notice. This is the 9. These are not. That says these are not 9s. We've got a 7, 8 pair here. Well, it doesn't really tell us much, does it? Actually, it does, because this has to be a 7 or an 8 now. Because of what this is doing. So this is 7 or 8. It's not a 4. Which means this is the 4, 6 pair. Okay. Again, what does that tell us? Not quite sure. this 9 is helpful. Because remember that wall we had? Well, we just extended it. We can't go into here. So how do we get to the path down here? We have to go through this little gap. If we do that, this cannot be 7. It has to be the 8. 8 and 7. That's 8, 7, 8, 7, 8. I think that's as far as it goes for now. What else did that say? Not a lot, really. Well, yeah, it does. We created another gate because of the 7, so this has to continue through. It could go in any direction at this point, it looks like. And I think coming back this way it could as well. Yeah, it looks like. All right, what else can we do? Let's think. Think. Again, we can't really tell what's going on with these other cages yet. Let's show our wall here. Our walls. See if anything. We do have to get through one of these 2. I guess it could be either. But I guess that means, though, that one of these 2 has to be the 2. Because if it wasn't, they would create this with a 1 and a 4. So that's not a 2. That's blocked. One of these is a 9, so we can't like do a loop-de-loop down here or anything. But I don't know if that's helpful at all anyway. Gotta get into one of those 2. Well, this is a 4 cell. So 2 of the 4 are going to be the high and the low. So we can't go up. If we go up, we have to turn left. We've just used 3 of the 4 cells. Okay, this does continue this way, which means this can't be the 1. It is the 3, which means you guys aren't. Oop, wrong button. This can't be the 5 then. Now, this is another gate, because the 1 or the 6 is the low high, so it pushes in here. This is our 2. Another gate of the 1 and 4, so it pushes through. This can't be a 3. Now, this could go to the 6 and then move upward, or it could just check right up. Okay, let's continue the process here of removing options of what we have. 4, 2, 3, 7s, 8s, 9s, the 8s and the 7s. I think that's most of it. Oh, this can't be the 9. Duh, this is the 5. So this is 3. This is 9. This is 9. This is 2 and 3. The 2 says you're not, and you are the only place left for a 2, which means you are the 6. You are the 1. 4 and 1. 5 and 1. 4 and 6. It looks like we're going to be done with this. 4 and 5. We've got this 7, 8 grouping left over. So we're going to have to finish our path to figure out how this is going to work. How do we do that? Okay, we can't go into the 3, and we can't go down to the 9, so we have to, again, continue over. We have to turn up, can't turn into 3, have to go here, have to turn, have to turn. There we go. And that's going to tell us the remaining 7, 8 grouping. This is the 8, 7, 8, 7. Oh, we didn't finish our path. Shoot. I meant to do that before I did that. The 7 here means we can't cross over at the 2, so we have to come down and out. And so the 2, 9 created that block. So there we go. Now we're good. We can check it. It didn't have a solution code. I will create a link with one that has this. Hopefully I didn't screw this up in any way, but fun puzzle. But that was a tricky one to get through. I can certainly see why it would be a 3 out of 5 star. Ton of stuff we had to do to figure out what all this stuff did. Really interesting. It does make me want to try one of those harder ones, like a 4-star type, and see if we can get through it or not. I might do that in the coming weeks. We shall see. I can also, I'm probably just going to do it anyway, but I can be persuaded by comments to be more into actually doing it. But fun puzzle. I keep wanting to look and making sure we did everything right. I think we're all good. So cool. All right, we finished the puzzle. Great. Hope y'all enjoyed that one. I certainly did. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.